Shalom. I'm Rabbi David, and today I'm going to teach you an ancient prayer that has the power to transform your financial reality. But I need to be honest with you from the start. This isn't a magic spell. This isn't a one-minute miracle that requires no effort. This is a daily spiritual practice that will shift how you think about money, how you relate to abundance, and how you show up in the world. If you're willing to commit to this practice for 30 days, stay with me. What I'm about to share has helped hundreds of my clients double their income, pay off massive debts, and create genuine wealth. But it only works if you understand the principle behind it. The prayer itself is simple. It's called the Shehakol blessing, and Jewish people have been saying it for thousands of years. In Hebrew it goes like this: Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehakol nihi b'dvaro. In English, this means, "Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, by whose word everything came to be." That's it. 15 seconds to say, but those 15 seconds contain a wealth-building principle that most people completely miss. Let me break down why this prayer works. When you say Baruch atah Adonai, blessed are you, Lord, you're recognizing that God is the source of all abundance. Not your job, not your skills, not the economy. God. This is critical because when you think you're the only source of your income, you're limited by your own capacity. You'll hustle until you burn out. You'll stress about every expense. You'll live in constant anxiety about money. But when you recognize that infinite abundance flows from an infinite source, and you're simply a channel for that abundance, everything changes. You stop forcing and start receiving. You stop striving and start allowing. The next part, Eloheinu melech haolam, our God King of the universe, is about trust. You're declaring that God is sovereign over your finances. Not your boss. Not market conditions. Not circumstances. When you truly trust us, you make different decisions. You don't discount your services out of fear. You don't stay in underpaying jobs out of scarcity. You don't chase opportunities that don't align with your values. You move from a place of faith rather than fear, and that shift alone will transform your financial results. The final part is the most powerful. Shehakol nihi b'dvaro, by whose word everything came to be. In Genesis, God speaks and creation happens. Let there be light, and there was light. God creates with words, and you're made in God's image, which means you also create with words. When you say this prayer, you're acknowledging that words have creative power. That what you declare, you create? That your speech shapes your reality. This is why the prayer works, not because you're begging God for money, but because you're aligning your consciousness with the creative power of declaration. Now let me tell you why most people will say this prayer and see no results. They'll recite the words without consciousness. They'll pray from a place of desperation and lack rather than abundance and faith. I had a client named David who said this prayer every day for months with no change. When I asked him what he was thinking while praying, he said he was thinking, "Please God, I need money, I'm desperate." That's the problem. He was saying words of abundance but thinking thoughts of scarcity. You can't pray for prosperity while dwelling in poverty consciousness. Here's how to say this prayer correctly. First, before you pray, take 3 deep breaths. This isn't just relaxation. You're releasing the stress and anxiety that block abundance. Breathe in peace, breathe out fear. Breathe in faith, breathe out doubt. Prepare your consciousness. Second, visualize the source. See an infinite fountain of abundance that never runs dry. This is the truth about God's nature. Connect to that reality. Third, say the prayer with intention. Don't just recite it mechanically. Feel each word. Baruch atah Adonai, I recognize you as my source. Eloheinu melech haolam, I trust your provision. Shevakol nihia bidvaro, I align with your creative power. Fourth, after the prayer, declare your abundance. Don't immediately return to thoughts of lack. Instead say, I am blessed. I am provided for. Wealth flows to me easily. I am a vessel for divine prosperity. Not as a lie, but as a declaration that creates reality. And fifth, this is critical, take action from that consciousness. Don't just pray and wait for money to appear. Make the call. Send email. Apply for the position you think is out of your league. Raise your prices by 20%. Start the side business. Whatever aligned action feels right, take it. The prayer shifts your consciousness, but you have to move your feet. Let me share 3 quick stories. Sarah was a single mother with 3 kids, working 2 jobs, barely surviving. She said this prayer every morning and aligned her consciousness with abundance rather than lack. Within 1 month, she got a 40% raise at her primary job. Within 3 months, her side business was making more than her second job. Within a year, she was financially free. Michael was an entrepreneur whose business was struggling. He said this prayer before every business decision and stopped making choices from fear. He raised his prices, stopped chasing clients, and attracted better opportunities. Within 6 months, his revenue tripled. Rachel had over $100,000 in debt. She said this prayer daily while taking concrete action on a debt repayment plan. Within 2 years, she was completely debt-free. Notice the pattern. The prayer didn't magically create money. It shifted consciousness, which changed decisions, which produced different results. That's how this works. Now here's the complete practice. Every morning, say the abundance prayer I just taught you. Align with the source, trust God's provision, speak with creative power. Every evening, practice gratitude. Thank God for every bit of abundance that showed up that day, even if it was small. Thank you for the unexpected refund. Thank you for the client who paid early. Thank you for the opportunity that appeared. Gratitude creates space for more abundance. When you acknowledge what you receive, you become ready to receive more. Commit to this practice for 30 days. No exceptions, no excuses. In the first week, you might not see external changes, but your consciousness will shift. In the second week, small blessings will appear that you would have missed before. In the third week, bigger opportunities will come. And in the fourth week, you may experience a genuine breakthrough. One of my clients followed this exactly, and in week 4 received a job offer that doubled his salary. But remember, this isn't guaranteed in 30 days. Some people see results in weeks, others in months. The timeline doesn't matter. What matters is that you commit to the practice and trust the process. If you're ready to commit to saying this prayer every day for 30 days, type "ready" in the comments right now. That act of declaration will strengthen your commitment. And if this video gave you a new understanding of how prayer and prosperity work together, subscribe to this channel. Next week I'm teaching the ancient Jewish practice of tzedakah and how strategic giving actually multiplies your wealth. But for now, say this prayer with me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehakol nihiyah bidvaro. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, by whose word everything came to be. Say it every morning. Mean it. Embody it. Act from it. And watch your financial reality transform. Shalom.